Welcome back, everyone, to my weekly Dragon Oracle card series. The Dragon card for this week, the week of October 26, 2025, is the Golden Orange Dragon. So these golden orange dragons, they help to expand our light of ascension. They are helping us to be peaceful warriors and helping those in need. And they are also helping us to remember our magnificence. So this card should look familiar if you've been following my series here. This was actually the first card that came through in this series. So this is very curious. This is the third time in a row that a card has been pulled for the second time. And so the spirit world and the dragons are reminding again that it is simply because we are going deeper with these similar messages. And since we are in this sort of next stage of our ascension, as humanity is in this ascension process, we've reached the next level, we are able to go deeper. And so this time of year as well, the veil is getting thinner as we are able to be more in tune in our own ways, seeing in our own ways, hearing, sensing, knowing in our own ways, the spirit world, the unseen world, the world that we cannot see with our human eyes alone. So the biggest impression coming through as I pulled this card, this is about legacy and what we are leaving behind, in a sense, what our story is that we're telling as we ascend. So if you'll notice, as I was meditating on this image, you'll see here, excuse me, that the dragon here, the golden orange dragon, is holding on to a feather quill pen. And here on the other side, there's this book that has these blank pages, and several of these blank pages are kind of flying through the air as the dragon ascends, rises, flies up into the heavens, and the dragon is looking back. So golden orange dragon is looking back at this book. So this book is our story. What is our story? As we move through our ascension journey, as we move through our spiritual path, as we become more enlightened, as we integrate our higher wise knowledge into our everyday lives on this journey as souls having human experiences, what is the story that we are telling? What is the legacy that we are leaving? As we figure out what it means for ourselves to be peaceful warriors, and this is very clear, the dragons have come through to say, peaceful does not mean passive. Peaceful does not mean just letting everything happen in front of you without feeling like you can have an impact on it, or without being actively, intentionally involved in the manifestation of things in your life. It is not being passive. Peaceful is not passive in this message. Being a peaceful warrior in this message is being at peace with coming to alignment with your awareness of what your aligned path is. Being at peace with your aligned path and purpose. So when we also think about, how it says here, these golden orange dragons are helping us to help those in need. How are we being of service in our lives? And this isn't just being of service to others. This, of course, is that, but it is also being of service to ourselves and recognizing that that's actually the first place where we should be starting, because, again, that analogy, oxygen mask on yourself before you're able to help others. So as we are helping ourselves, identifying those needs in our own individual lives that need attention, that need love, that need that TLC, then we are able to be at peace with those things and getting those things in order and getting those things aligned, and then we will be able to be of service. The other aspect of this peaceful warrior is rising above the sort of noise that might have the potential of influencing actions and behaviors when we are advocating for one another and for ourselves. So sometimes that word warrior has that connotation of being aggressive. Being aggressive in this message, the dragons in spirit want us to try to shift our thinking a little bit as to, instead of looking at it as aggressive, let's look at this as intentional, as mindful, as purposeful, acknowledging the situation or circumstance and doing what is necessary to bring things in alignment and in balance. And that's not necessarily always with aggressive behavior. Now, of course, if there is a circumstance that's happening and one's life needs to be defended, there might need to be aggressive physical action that takes place. But the general message here is that intention and mindfulness can really be action driven without being aggressive. And that, again, underscoring peaceful does not mean passive. So the other aspect of this message, remembering our magnificence, okay? Remembering our magnificence. Simply, I've spoken about this before, simply as we are, as souls having human experiences, this light that we are stepping into and expanding as we ascend is that magnificence that we are remembering on our ascension journeys. So just reconnecting with that higher wisdom, with that ancient wisdom that we are now able to draw upon even more confidently, even more in a more grounded way, in a more secured, confident way, utilizing that higher wisdom and that ancient wisdom that has always been within us. That is the magnificence that we are reclaiming as we are moving through this next phase of ascension, for humanity's ascension. And again, going back to like, what is the story that we are writing? So as we are being of service to ourselves and of others, what does that look like? What kind of example do we want to be for others? You know, when we have left this lifetime, when we have left this incarnation, when this physical human body of mine no longer exists and I am just pure energy, what is pure energy that can't be seen by the human eye? What is that legacy that I'm leaving behind? What story did I tell? Who did I inspire? Who did I influence? You know, so thinking about those things relative to being that peaceful warrior to tell my story, being that peaceful warrior to be an advocate to help not only others in need, but also myself, so that I can be that light and that example for others. Remembering that inherent way of being that I am as a soul having human experiences that we all are. This is a magnificence. This is the magnificence. This is the gift. This is the light that we can shine to be that advocate for others. So my name is Gia, and I am an intuitive psychic, energy reader, and healer. And I would love to offer a reading for you to help bring in and embody these beautiful messages from the golden orange dragons. If you reach out to me this week, I'll offer a discount on that reading for you, and we can schedule it for any time. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this manifests for me this week. If you've been following this series, you'll know that I'm also looking at symbols related to these messages that come through. And symbols in my practice are a way of kind of consolidating energy that we want to look at. Sometimes this energy comes through as an affirmation of something positive and reassuring that's already going on in our energy field and in our life, that our spirits, that the dragons in this case want to highlight for us. But also symbols can represent energy that would be helpful to shift out of our energy field, energy that perhaps is kind of stagnant, has been there in our field for a while, and it's no longer in alignment with this higher level of ascension that we've reached and that we're moving through as our vibrational frequency is rising. Sometimes some old outdated energy gets kicked up, and so it might be helpful to move that out of the way. So I am going to do that now. I'm going to pause the recording and take a look at a symbol. Go ahead and heal and clear that symbol for us, for the collective group of us who will be watching this video in the future. And when I heal symbols, it's simply grounding them to the center of the earth and infusing these symbols with healing energy until they dissolve, wash down the grounding, disintegrate, until they are cleared, which is an indication that the energy is no longer in the energy field of this group. All right, so I'm going to pause the recording and I'll be right back and let you know what the symbol is and the messages that came through. Okay, so I am back. This was really fun. So the symbol that came through was one of those orange-sickle popsicles that you can sometimes get off the ice cream truck. It just brought back childhood memories. And I was kind of like, okay, really, you know, when spirit brings through symbols like that, I often, my mind often gets in the way of like, that can't be the symbol. So, I was like, really, an orange sickle? And the golden orange dragons were like, yeah, what other color would it be? We're golden and we're orange. So the message here is exactly what that made me do. It made me laugh and it made me smile. It reminded me of joyful memories of wanting to get some change from mom to go to the ice cream truck and get some ice cream. My favorites were the Rocket Pops, the red, white, and blue ones, and the Italian ices, but the orange sickle. So the message here is, as we are helping ourselves with the needs that we have, that we need to bring into alignment, as we are being the peaceful warriors on our own behalf, the dragons and spirit want us to remember to find the joy in it, find the laughter in it, find the sweetness in it, and enjoy the journey. This is what it's all about, being a soul, having human experiences. Savor the journey, find the sweet spots in it. And yes, some of the things that we are working on, some of that shadow work, some of that self-reflection will be heavy, but spirit is, and the dragons are, especially these golden orange dragons, are wanting us to really try to find the silver linings and the sweet spots in it and enjoy it. Enjoy it for what it is, an opportunity to heal and become more aligned with our path and our purpose. So the other aspect of this message was, as all of us are enjoying our popsicles and we've enjoyed that orange sickle and we've got sticky fingers and lips and we're licking those sticky fingers and lips to get all of the good sweetness, we've got the popsicle sticks now, right? The leftover popsicle sticks. And what have we done as kids? Sometimes we build those little houses with the popsicle sticks. So each one of us has a very critical part in that role. It's the whole community. We've heard sometimes that saying, it takes a village to raise a child. It takes all of us, that collective conscience of all of us, to build our future, to build the new home, the new structure, the new normal that we are ascending to. So each of us has that part to play. Each of us has a popsicle stick that contributes to the structure of our future. And again, writing our future, we get to design that house. We get to tell the story we want to tell. So I thought this was a really fun message from these golden orange dragons. So thank you so much for tuning in, for joining me again. I did not forget about this being October, and I am offering a free monthly, a 60-minute free monthly reading. So look out for my next video on that. I still have a few days to set that intention and offering out there. So stay tuned for that. All right. Thanks for watching. Until next time.